Alrighty, guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of Into the Rift of Avorion with Lone Debater 7. And today we're going to be catching you up on some stuff. So I found my first sector with the Rift buildings inside of it. So there is a Rift Research Center right there, the teleporter to go in. There's a equipment dock, repair dock, and a shipyard in this sector. So not a bad sector. We're about 4 tiles in from the edge of the galaxy is where I found this one. So just on the edge of Xanian space, there's just taking a look here in the equipment dock, see if there's anything juicy. Nothing that great from what I can see. I mean, yeah, those turrets aren't that amazing. But what we're going to do this time is we are going to build a new ship. So I did actually gather up enough trinium ore in order to get the building knowledge from the resource depot. So what we are going to do, we're going to clear out our cargo bay real fast. There we are. Awesome. And we're going to upgrade our ship. Now, we've got a little bit of trinium, fair amount of neonite, some titanium iron, about 1,000,000 credits. So in today's episode, we're going to upgrade to trinium tier ship, more or less. And we're going to start that out by utilizing our tier 4 building knowledge to get trinium level access. Perfect. Now we have trinium building knowledge. Perfect. And we're about ready to jump in and build our ship. Now, I think I'm going to do a time lapse for the ship build just because, you're probably familiar with how to put a ship together, but I want to provide that content for you just in case you're looking for some guidelines. This will be like how to build a $1,000,000 ship at the trinium level. And yeah, so we'll go from there. But I think we might need to take care of a couple of little things here and before we actually get started. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. All right, guys, so we're in the build menu. We're going to go ahead and apply a template to change our ship into a single block, and then we're going to construct from there. So if you have a saved template of just a single block, you can apply it, and it will change your ship back to its default state. Now, looking at this, I am going to pull off all of our turrets first, just because if we switch to that single block, those will be floating out in space, and we'll have to exit. And while I'm thinking about it, I do have some permanently installed subsystems, so I'm going to fly over in range of the equipment dock so we can remove all of those prior to actually building our ship. Because if you lose the system socket, like the subsystem slots, while you're in the build menu and you have something installed, it will just eject it out of your ship. If it's a permanently installed, you lose the system. We don't have a whole lot of systems to spare at this point in the game, so we are going to go ahead and remove those prior to jumping into the build editor. Like I said, we had a couple things to take care of. These are the couple things prior to building. So there we are. We're just going to remove these turret systems because they are decent. I mean, they're not the best by any means, but they're good enough that we don't want to lose them because I don't have something better to put in there quite yet. But there we are. We have our systems removed, our turrets removed, so we should be about ready. I'm just going to move a little bit of way away from the, the equipment dock so we don't build into the station by mistake. Okay, why was that not working? Wouldn't let me apply the design. Oh, okay. Let me just click on it again. We'll hit apply design. And then we're going to hop into the build lapse and show you how to put this ship together. Alrighty, guys, so we finished getting our ship put together, crewed up, and everything, so this is what it's looking like. It's a bit of an improvement. We don't have all the system slots filled out, mainly because we ran out of credits, so I am going to hop into a sector, A, to try to mine, and B, to try to find a resource depot so we can replenish some of our credits. A little bit of latency there, sorry about that. For whatever reason, the game has gotten a little bit more laggy for me since installing the DLC. If you're having that same problem, drop it down in the comment section below. I'd love to know that it's not just me. It may just be my computer, though. No worries. So we're going to warp over to this new sector and kind of take a look, see what they've got. Hopefully they have a resource depot, so we can sell a couple things, and we can kind of go from there. Now, I do want to try out the Rift mission at this Rift station that we just found. However, we are kind of underpowered in the sense of we don't have a lot of Omicron. At the moment, I think we're chilling at about 400 or 500. So I want to get some better turrets prior to jumping into the Rift, just because I know that there are a lot of Zotan, and if we're not strong enough to actually destroy those ships, it probably isn't worth jumping in there. We're just going to get destroyed, and no one wants, or well, maybe people want to see that, but I don't want to deal with that. So we're going to probably do a little bit of gathering of credits, turrets, all of that good stuff before we jump into the Rift the first time. But next episode, for sure, we're going to go ahead and do a Rift mission and kind of show off some of that aspect of the game, because I wouldn't mind getting some of these hybrid subsystems under my belt, or maybe some of the like rare or legendary, exotic tier, whatever they call the new turrets that you can get from the Rift missions as well, just because it would definitely help our ship and our progression through on the game. So I'm going to fly over to this resource depot so we can sell a little bit, get some more money, and then I'm probably just going to fly around and see if we can't get some better turrets and that type of a deal. But we do have our ship put together for about 1 million credits. It's decent. I mean, it has about 60k shields on it. So not the best in the world. It's not the strongest, but we have a lot of capacity to expand this once we get some more credits. I basically ran out of money. It costs money or credits in order to place blocks on your ship, and the higher tier material that you use when you're placing those blocks, the more credits you need. So the $1 million mark, it's a decent ship for 1 million credits, but it could be a lot better prior to moving into the Xanian region of space or deeper into the Xanian region of space. So we are going to go try to get a little bit more. So let's go ahead, trade some resources. Or I'm going to refine that little bit of titanium we picked up on the way. But we should be able to sell some neonite and some titanium, primarily because we've got a fair amount of each in reserve. So we're going to sell 21k neonite and maybe 24k titanium. Sure, why not? Call it good. Get some money in our bank account right there. Perfect. We do have that R mining ship going on, so every time it finishes mining the sector, I do have to switch over to it and manually go and refine the resources. I could use the refine resource command, but it takes 10 minutes, whereas it would only take me about maybe 2 minutes total to actually fly the ship over to the resource depot in the sector that ship is parked and refine the resources and collect them. So that's what I've been doing right now, just because it's faster than using the mine command. Eventually, we will set that ship up to just go out and mine. I'm just doing some barrel rolls. I still don't have the achievement for doing a barrel roll in your kitted out battleship. I don't know what what the criteria is for you to have a fully built out battleship, but whatever, not a big deal. Thought I'd give it a shot anyway. So yeah, like I said, I think we're just gonna fly around to the various sectors, try to pick up some good turrets and increase our Omicron before we go into the Rift. But in the next episode, we definitely will be trying out a Rift mission and see if we can't get lucky on our hybrid systems that we roll. But here's our stats real quick. So we've got 136k hull, 65k shield, 400 Omicron. That's the stat that I'm not happy about. And we still have about 1.5k cargo, so not terrible, not terrible. But guys, I think we're going to wrap it up here for today. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to like, comment, subscribe as always. And until next time, this has been LD7, and we will see ya.